Hello friends! Ready for another art lesson with your friendly neighborhood art teacher? This is going to be one of the last art lessons of the 2020 school year. So today and Thursday are going to be the last lessons that I do. I know I'm going to miss you guys. So these are also going to be a little bit special in that I'm going to lump them into ages instead of actual just kindergarten or first grade. So this is an art lesson that is perfectly fine for kindergarten and first grade. It is also perfectly fine for any other grade level that wants to do this. So if you are older and you want to try it, go for it. If you're younger and you want to try some of my other grade level or my other art lessons posted on my YouTube, by all means, go for it. This is just stuff that I know kindergarten and first grade can do. So what we're going to be working on today is called a crayon transfer. But before we go too far, let's talk about what we need. You need to have paper. Copy paper or line paper is fine. You need a pencil and you need crayons. It is optional that you can use oil pastels. So what is an oil pastel? Some of you may be asking right now. So take a look at these two things right here in my hand. This is a crayon. This is an oil pastel. Sometimes when you buy like those really big kits that say they have like 100 pieces of art supplies, they'll have, about 20 crayons, 20 color pencils, and then some paints, and they may have these weird little guys in there that you might not have ever really seen. These are oil pastels. They're made of a different type of supplies than this. So this is more like a soft oil kind of base, and it rubs a lot. And this is made out of wax, and as you can tell, it really doesn't come off on your fingers. So with that being said, if you do have oil pastels and you use them for this project, please be careful. They don't come out of clothes too easily. I mean, it's not terrible, but just be careful with them. So I'm going to use crayons for this, but I did want to show you what a oil pastel is in case you didn't know. So let's look at some of these examples of what we're going to do. This is a great example of the kind of thing that we're going to be doing. You're going to color on one of your pieces of paper with a bunch of the crayon or oil pastel if you have it, and then on the next one you're going to draw on it. And we'll go over that again. Here's another example of the kind of thing. This is a little bit closer to what I did. Here's some other examples of things that people have done. Here's a student example. And then just one more, just to show you the kinds of things that you can be working on. So let's look at this. So this is my example that I did, just so that you can see what the transfer is going to be. Here's the back. And here is the page of crayon that I did for it. So first, I took my crayons and I colored these lines. Sometimes I made skinny lines, sometimes I made big lines. That's up to you. If you make them all the same size, that's going to show up there. That's going to show up on your page that way. If you make them different sizes, it will show up closer together. I will be honest with you. This little spot right here where they're closer together, that comes out looking a little bit better when you put it together. So, once I had this done, and I'm going to fix a couple of spots where I see there's some big white gap. There we go. That'll be a little bit better. I'll go back through that one. So that yellow's. And it won't, trust me, it won't hurt to do over your lines even twice. A few more times. See, what we're working with here with the oil pastel or with the crayon is that whatever you use leaves a wax or the oil on top of the paper. Then we're going to put the other paper on top of it, and what we press down on is going to appear on our paper because it's going to pick up the crayon or oil pastel that's on the paper. Alright, so I don't need to sit here and do that all day. So the next thing I'm going to get is my other sheet of paper. And I'm going to put it on top of this. Take my pencil, and I'm going to start to draw a flower. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to color in this part of the flower. Because when I turn over the paper, and you're going to see why I did that in a moment. And you got to press down hard. If you're not pressing down hard, you might not be able to get this to work as well. It doesn't matter if you get every single little line. Because yeah, I know, I'm not exactly doing mentor level coloring here. See, I'm turning my paper around. Don't forget, you need to do that too. Or you can do that too. So I'm going to press. And I'm coloring. And you can tell I'm pressing down pretty hard because there's this very dark. And, oops, I get a little out of control. That's okay. So, almost done. And since I've been pressing down pretty hard, when I turn over this paper, you're going to get to see the rainbow, all of that stuff. Remember I said press down hard? It gets transferred onto this. So I'm going to draw the flower up here, and for it, I'm just going to draw, and I'm not going to color in all of the petals. I am, though, going to color in the middle. Then I'm going to continue. Then, when I flip this over, I've got my rainbow flower. Now, look. See where I left this open? I didn't color it in. On that side, it's the same thing. Now, I'm going to show you something about words. This is the thing that I showed you earlier. But when I was making it, guess what? I had to spell my word backwards. Because look what happens if I spell art the right way. If it's going the quote-unquote right way in black and white, then when you turn it over and you look at it in color, it's going to be backwards. That's all. You can fix it. You can play around with it. I mean, look. This is still completely usable. I can do a lot of pictures off of this alone. So, do you have to do it in rainbow colors? You can do it in design. You can do it red, green, red, green. You can do blue, yellow. Let's see, blue, yellow, purple. Blue, yellow, purple. You can do something like that. That's your choice. You get to pick it. So, that is my art lesson for you guys today. Let me find my, yep. This is just something easy, fun for you guys to do. If you have any questions, you can email me at afransandamanaacademy.org. You can turn in your artwork if you'd like to, or you can look through the folder because this PowerPoint will be there, but you don't have to turn this into me anymore. I always like seeing your artwork, so don't worry if you want to turn it in for me. But hey, that's up to you. So you guys have fun. I'll see you again.